scandal at Spokane City Hall and demands for the mayor's resignation. But were any laws broken?
For those of you that remember Mayor West, he was recalled for a lot less.
As the mayor could now face a recall election based on a scathing report that found his administration intentionally withheld information about a former police chief, Frank Straub. And tonight it appears members of David Condon's senior staff were successful in sanitizing that report before it was made public. XY4 News working for you. We have team coverage tonight. Grace Ditzler live with reaction from local justice groups calling out the mayor. First, Jeff Humphrey working for you at City Hall, where City Council members are calling for immediate resignations tonight. Jeff?
Nadine, specifically the resignation of City Administrator Teresa Sanders, who the report says withheld documents that should have been made public. Meanwhile, Spokane's mayor is saying while mistakes were made, there was no deliberate attempt to deceive anyone.
He was the mayor's hand-picked choice for Spokane's new police chief, but according to the report, when Frank Straub's bad behavior threatened the mayor's hopes of re-election, the Condon administration tried to keep it a secret.
One of the major points of this is to look at a path forward of how do we make corrections if mistakes were made. Indeed, there were, and I apologize for those mistakes, but the assumption that there was intent is one that I would dispute.
The mayor says when police spokesperson Monique Cotton claimed she had been sexually harassed by Straub, Condon's hands were tied because she wasn't willing to make a formal complaint. However, the investigation also found the city attorney's office tried to hide emails about a possible romantic relationship between Cotton and Straub. When the media made public records request about a text that Straub had sent to Cotton, the clerk's office couldn't find them because the city attorney never told the clerk they existed.
They knew about the existence of these documents. Multiple people knew about them, and they told the city clerk they didn't have them, and then they all magically appeared on November 11th.
Condon says he deliberately stays out of the public records process and denies asking the city attorney to hide them.
Because of weighing of legal liability, weighing personal confidentiality is my understanding, but the idea that there was influence from myself is completely unfounded.
We also asked Condon why his name was deleted from the portion of the report accusing him of breaking public records laws. It's there in the original report sent to KXLY. In one later released by the city, it was gone. Condon denies he was involved in that as well.
It's inappropriate for the mayor's representatives to be calling the investigator, and everybody can draw their own conclusion, the fact that the report was changed 1 hour later. And why do you do that? That calls into question even more.
Nadine, the lead investigator, says that she took Condon's name off that list at the last second when it came to breaking public records laws because in retrospect she decided there was no direct evidence between Condon and those sandbagged public records. That's very significant because breaking a state law would actually make Mayor Condon that much more subject to a mayoral recall. Reporting in Spokane, Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Now, Spokane City Administrator Teresa Sanders quickly released a statement in response to today's report. It reads in part, "Throughout this process, I have been an advocate for the release of documents as quickly as possible. Any statement that I intentionally withheld documents from the public records process is absolutely false, irresponsible, and contradicted by fact." Now, other community leaders are reacting strongly to that report today. KXLY4's Grace Ditzler working for you now. And Grace, those organizations also calling for resignations?
Nadine, leaders from the Center of Justice, the Peace and Justice Action League of Spokane, and the Spokane chapter of the National Organization of Women called Mayor Condon and his administration's actions inappropriate and a betrayal of the public's trust. The Center of Justice said the findings in the report indicate an inappropriate relationship between the city attorney's office and the mayor's office. The Peace and Action Justice League said there must be a zero-tolerance policy in regards to sexual harassment, and the mayor should be an example for the rest of the community. The Spokane Area National Organization of Women said the mayor's actions betrayed public trust and he should step down.
Leadership comes from the top, and I'm assuming that other employees were acting under his direction, so I would say it starts with him. The buck stops with Mayor Condon. He's the one who should take responsibility instead of avoiding it as he's been doing for almost a year now.
And the Peace and Justice Action League called for the resignations of Teresa Sanders, City Spokesman Brian Coddington, and Senior Assistant City Attorney Pat Dalton. The Center of Justice also said the report makes clear the ethics complaints against Mayor Condon are valid. Reporting live at City Hall tonight, Grace Ditzler, KXLY 4 News.